Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Let us be glad in it. Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. Definitely excited about being on with you this morning. So listen, I am going to give it a few moments just to allow everyone to come on. Hey, Kim, do me a favor. Hey, Charmaine, do me a favor. If you all can hear me, then okay, so y'all can hear me. Good stuff, good stuff. I know my sound was doing a little something, so at least you can hear me. Listen, while you are chiming in, go ahead and type your city and state. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, everybody. I am truly excited. I am just flat out happy, right? Because it is Saturday morning. I know it's early, okay? It is early, but listen, I got in last night from St. Louis and I got a really active day. So at 9 o'clock, 9:15, I have a coaching call with a client. And then at 10 o'clock, I have a coaching call with a client. And then at 12 o'clock, I got some other appointments. So, hey, Monique. Hey, everybody. Look. Hey, Trisha, girl. Tucson. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, if you have not stated your city and state, go ahead and type that into the comments. Let's let everybody know that we are all across the globe, and so I'm truly excited about it. Kansas City, hey, DeWitt, Nebraska, that's what I'm talking about. Tucson, Arizona, we not playing, right? And so, listen, I'm truly excited. Kansas City in the building. And so, look, I'm excited about this morning, and I'm going to get started in about 1 minute because, look, I want to capitalize on how we feel and what we've been able to accomplish. And let me share with you what is next for us. Can you believe it? 2020 is just what, in about 3 weeks? It's in about 3 weeks. So, oh my goodness, I'm really excited about it too. I'm really excited about it. And so I hope you are as well. So look, we're going to go ahead and get started in about 30 seconds. If you haven't already done so, go ahead, get your favorite beverage. Maybe you got some tea, some coffee, whatever the case. Get your favorite beverage and let's go ahead and have some fun together, right? I got mine. This is actually some ginger tea. So I got mine. You got yours. So look, we're gonna go ahead and kick in. I'm gonna chime in on my phone, all right, just so that I can make sure that I can hear all is well, and so that I can see from the participants' view. You know, I'm always able to see from my view, but I want to make sure I can see from the participants' view as well. All right, so just in case if some don't look right, I see it and I can go ahead and correct that. So look, let me go ahead. Who else have joined us? Hey, Marquita. Hey, Debbie, girl in Iowa. Go ahead, Debbie. Let them know where you are located in Iowa, and let's go ahead and get this party started. Now, I'm going to need you to interact with me today, all right? I'm going to be saying different things, and I need for you to comment like crazy. If it's you, we're going to be like hashtag me, all of that. So I want you to really engage and interact with me. I know it's Saturday, it's early, but I got a big agenda today, and I know you do as well. So let's go ahead and get started. And I want you to know that this Facebook Live is for both those who participated in the challenge and those of you who are a part of the group, all right? So I am truly excited to be before you. But those of you who participated in the challenge, are you proud of yourself, right? Are you proud of yourself? Because I want you to know right now, I'm proud of you. I am absolutely proud of you, and you should be. You know why? Because you've literally taken the first steps towards more self-esteem, towards loving yourself, towards affirming who you are, towards real happiness, true happiness, success, fulfillment in life. And so do me a favor. Can you type in the comments, what was the most profound thing that you learned? What was the most profound thing that you learned? I'll start while you're thinking about it, right? One of the most profound things that I learned was about you. I really began to see this. You know, when I was younger, I was told when women unite, we can change the world overnight. When women unite, we can change the world overnight. And I think one of the most profound things that I learned is that that statement is true. Yeah, that statement is true. Do you see how on Monday we were total strangers? Like, you all knew me, but some of you did not know each other, and you were total strangers. Yet on Monday you jumped up in there and you started supporting your sister. On Tuesday you were supporting your sister, and on Wednesday it was tough for us, right? It was tough. But guess what? The sisters were supporting the sisters. And so think about if we did something like that in our small group that eventually went into our community. Oh my goodness, it's true. When women unite, change the world overnight. So what are some of your comments? I want to see some of your comments, and I'm gonna look at it over here. Absolutely, absolutely. Face it and replace it. Okay, so Robert said the face it and replace it was hers. Anyone else? What was the biggest thing, the biggest thing that you learn? So Robin said face it and replace it. Kim said facing my negative and replacing it with a positive. And the reality is, you now know you can. You now know you can. You know right now when that negative show up, you don't have to entertain it. You don't have to turn that negative into a full-blown movie. You can stop it right in its tracks. Because when you stop it right in its tracks, it doesn't have any power. It does not have any power. So really, another thing that I learned about you is that you have so much power. So continue to type in the things, because I really love seeing people's self-esteem breakthroughs. Self-esteem breakthroughs. You know, yesterday I was teaching a group of women management. It was management skills for the secretary, the admin staff, and the administrative assistants. And the number one thing that I told them, listen, do not look at yourself as just the secretary, just the admin staff, just the administrative assistant, because I remember those days when I was assisting someone and it literally opened up the door for me to be a business owner. So don't underestimate yourself. So these were not leaders, because I'm used to speaking to women who are in leadership and management, but these are people who did not have any leadership. Their sole purpose was to support the leader. And so I was teaching them how to have a voice, but it starts with you not looking at yourself as just this. You know, you're the lowest of the lowest. And so the question I have with you is, do you want to go deeper? Do you want to go deeper? Right? Because when you think about it, look how much breakthrough you have. And this was just the start of the self-esteem journey, right? Do you want to go even further? Do you want to strengthen your joy? Because if so, I really want to help. And so I'm truly, truly excited, super excited, as a matter of fact, about what I'm getting ready to share with you. And that's why I'm sharing it with the group first. All right. So make sure you stick to the end, because I have a surprise for you and I think you're going to love it. So let's just say this surprise that I have for you is my way of giving back to you since you took the challenge. All right. It's my way of giving back to you. And I know some of you all, y'all be funny, right? You be like, LaShonda, don't give us anything else. But that's who I am, because even the Bible tells me it's better to give than to receive. Trisha said, listing positive affirmations about myself, that gave me a real mental boost. Awesome. Kim said to take time out for myself and don't feel bad about it. Yes. She said to take time. Okay, I got it. Hey, Stephanie, girl. Diane said, definitely face it and replace it. It's amazing how many times those negative thoughts creep in. And the reality is, sisters, you cannot stop the negativity from coming, but you don't have to entertain it. All right. All right. So awesome. Hey, Miss Queen, Niecy girl in the building. So look, stick with me. All right. Because I'm going somewhere with this, because I just love to be a giver, right? And so here's the thing. One of the reasons that I did the challenge is because I remember when my self-esteem was at a negative. And some of you, what I'm getting ready to share with you, you don't know, you know maybe a part of the story, but you don't know the full story. Like people who, you know, I've had an opportunity to train, you know, part of the story, but you don't know all of the story because of the fact that I can't share all of the story. But I'll be able to give you something so that you can see why this was so deep and just close to my heart. Um, you know, when I was younger, you know, my mom told me to go to school, get good grades so I can come out and get a good job. I know yours told you the same thing. And I did start out working for someone, right? Like the majority of us, when you get out of school, you start working for someone. But there were some things that happened in the workplace that really opened the door for me to begin to be a business owner, okay? And so here I am at around 22, 23 years of age. I have launched this business. I was forced to launch a business, but because there was favor on my life, but I didn't know there was favor. I didn't know it. I was a good person, but I wasn't a godly person. Can you identify with that? I was a good person, but I wasn't a godly person. And so I opened up this business. Hey, Deidre. Deidre said, don't feel guilty about, yeah. Don't feel guilty about feeling good about yourself. Yeah. And so I was a business owner at that young age. And to be honest, the favor that God had on my life allowed me to soar. Hey, Sylvia, it allowed me to soar, right? And I got to tell you, I opened up a social service agency because I was passionate about helping people. It's been in me a very long time. And I started out in child protective services. I got a contract with the state of Wisconsin to provide child protective services as a business owner. So if your children were on the verge of being removed, LaShonda was the one to come in. So that business was doing extremely well for me. I was making anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 a month. No, I didn't make a mistake. $20,000 to $40,000 a month. And so because of that type of income, I was giving to people. If you need help with your rent, I was a giver. I was a good person, but I wasn't a godly person, if that makes sense. Hey, Annette, girl, I'm happy you're home. And so things were going so well. I was hiring people. Let me tell you this. You know how college students, they go and seek internship, but they don't get paid? I was that girl at that young age. I was going to the colleges and I was going directly to the School of Social Services because I wanted to get interns. I wanted to get college students who were studying to be social workers. I wanted to give them the opportunity to see what it was like real life, but I paid them. I didn't have them come in and volunteer. I paid them. So I felt so good about myself because I was helping someone else. I was paying it forward, even though I didn't know that's what it was called. Doing so well, the state was saying, you all are doing great jobs. You're being able to change people's lives. These families are adopting new skill set, and we're able to allow them to keep their children in their homes, right? And then my world turned upside down because September 11th happened. September 11th happened. And we all know what happened. And a few days after that, I received a phone call from the state. And the conversation went like this. Federal government has pulled funds out of the social work sector to shift to the Department of Defense. And so unfortunately, we will no longer be able to maintain contracts with smaller agencies like yours. What did that mean, sisters? That meant that in one day, I lost 100% of my business income, which was also 100% of my personal income. I no longer could keep those interns on staff. And so everything that I put my heart into, my sweat equity, my time, my financial resources, my thought process, everything has now been snatched from me. And I tried everything possible to try to stay afloat, but nothing happened. You know how they say putting irons in the fire? Well, I was putting irons in the fire, but nothing was heating up. Now, business done. Done. I didn't know anything else. I went to school for social work, came out, got a job in social work, eventually opened a business in social work. I didn't know anything else. And so here's the deal. I was crushed. I was hurt. I was devastated. I had savings, right? And so I felt that I could live off the savings until some things came working and just turned around for me. No, that didn't work. Eventually, I had to move from a 3-story home. I had to, because I lost my home. And I moved back in to my home, or not my home. I moved into my mother's home to a 1-bedroom. I had 3 vehicles. One day I went outside. One of those vehicles was not placed where I parked it, and it wasn't because it was stolen. Vehicle 1 got repossessed. A couple weeks later, vehicle 2 got repossessed. The only vehicle I had left was the vehicle I gave my mom, and I gave it to my mom because it was totally paid off. So you talk about devastated. My self-esteem went to the gutter. My self-worth went to the gutter. I didn't feel that. And, you know, by this time, I was a parent because I had the business several years. I was a parent at this time. So I felt I was no longer qualified to be a good parent because I can't even take care of my child. And honestly, you know, when the devil starts getting with your mind, he'll start giving you alternatives. Because taking care of my son was the #1 priority for me, I honestly contemplated suicide because I felt that if my son could get the money from the insurance policy, he'd be okay, right? And that's just where I was, right? That's where I was, and I really couldn't talk to anybody about it because I was embarrassed, even though it wasn't even my fault. But I was ashamed. I was embarrassed, man. And so I went through that. I went through that for like 2 years and really didn't. My mom, I don't think, really knew. My sister didn't know. I was dealing with that type of depression and contemplating those thoughts. But I thank God that He is God. I thank God that He is God. I would love to tell you that I bounced right back, but I can't tell you that because it wouldn't be the truth. Ladies, I literally, it took me 2 years to get back to zero because I had went so far in the negative. It took me 2 years to get back to zero. And the thing that caused me to get back was the fact that I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got sick and tired of crying, sick and tired of complaining, sick and tired of living an average life. I got sick and tired of watching everybody else start living their dreams. But here I am still stuck in the past 2 years. I got sick and tired. And that's what caused the paradigm shift in me. I said, I got to do something. And what made it happen is I looked my son in the face and I said, I can't help him if I'm not emotionally okay, if I'm not mentally okay, if I'm not physically okay. What good am I for him? And so my son was the motivating factor to get me from thoughts of suicide and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, me saying this to you now, my sister is going to be totally shocked about what I just said, you know, because she did not know. And so praise be to God that I met someone, and the first thing she did is she started pouring into me spiritually. And after I really figured out who I was in God, then she started pouring into me personally. And then professionally. So you can ask my clients today, when they work with me or even before, I let them know right away. In order, if I may not be the girl for you, because my process is spiritual development plus personal development plus professional development equals success. I don't know any other way to come around. Fast forward, look at where God has me today. Not because I've been so good, not because I've been so great, but because he is so good and he is so great. And so that's why today I'm like, hey, don't be afraid to become your beautiful, authentic self. Right? Because there is a bounce back. There is a victory story. There is a position of power for you, regardless to what your past looked like. See, the devil wanted me to kill myself, but God said not so. And I didn't even really have a relationship with God, but he had one with me, just like he has with you. And so here's the thing. Are you sick of pretending to be someone else? Because I was wishing that I was just I wanted to be somebody else. I didn't want to be me. This was years. Satan had started building this low self-esteem in me years. Remember when I told you when I was in middle school and the little boys were making fun of me because of my color. So I had that thing that I was dealing with, right? So all of this piled on. Satan starts young. He starts young, trying to destroy the seed very young. And so listen, if this is you, type #me. If this is you, are you sick of pretending to be someone else? If that's you, type #me, because that's where I was. Are you ready to live a free, joyful, and powerful life? Remember, I told you I need you to engage with me today, because what I just shared with you was I was just being transparent right there. So I need you to engage with me today. Are you ready to live a free, joyful, and powerful life? If that's you, do #me. Isn't it time to stop being dominated by what other people think? #me. It's time to live your life. #me. It's time to be your authentic, true self. #me. And if you're like most people, you want to create a life that makes you happy, right? The fact is, truly joyful, happy people are those who live wholeheartedly authentic lives. That's why today, you can't make me ashamed. That's why I could come on that video and have that mask on my face and did not care what no one thought. Because you know what? I done already accomplished things with the Lord. I've already overcome some stuff with the Lord. So you can't embarrass me today, right? If I do something embarrassing, even when I trained, for example, yesterday was Friday, but the previous day was Thursday, duh. And so, but that was my first day out during the week. And so I was all excited and I said, good morning and happy Monday. It was Thursday. So I said, you know what? Today is your Thursday, but it's my Monday. See, and you can't embarrass me. I'm going to laugh with myself, at myself. So truly joyful, happy people are those who live wholeheartedly authentic lives. You don't need to wear a mask, sis. You don't need to wear a mask. And if you've been wearing a mask, you ain't got to keep it on. I know from experience, you don't need to pretend to be somebody else. And you certainly can't let the opinions of others command you. Look, when I was going through that hardship, when I lost my business, it was a lot of people talking about me but what I realized now is they were talking about me when I was up here. And so, of course, they was going to talk about me when I looked like I dropped down there. But the Lord says in his word that everything works for the good of those who love him and who are called according to his purpose. So again, don't let the opinions of others command you. You can be free. You can be the person God made you to be, right? Free to live the authentic life, free to love yourself for who you are. And yet so often we want to be authentic, but we don't know how. Because I didn't know how, right? The how can be the hardest part of this. Can I get an amen? Anybody with me on that one? Anybody with me? So I see your #me. I see your #me. So that meant that I am not alone, right? I'm not alone. But again, the how can be the hardest part, because even though I wanted change, I didn't know how. How to let your true self be seen without fear. Because see, when I lost that business, I was really scared. Those 2 years, I was scared to move forward because I felt, what if I put all this effort in again and then it's snatched from me? So I was fearful. But you want to be your true, authentic self without fear, without shame, and definitely without the need to apologize. I remember Charmaine put in her comments about the affirmation that resonated with her the most, and she said, I'm not apologizing for being me, right? And so here's something. Ask yourself this: do I really want to live an authentic life? Do I really want to be free from the opinions of others? How would my life be better if I was aligned with who God has made me to be? I want you to think about that. As a matter of fact, you can go ahead and answer that. Do you want to live an authentic life? Hashtag me. Do you really want to be free from the opinions of others? Hashtag me. And then I want you to really think about this and answer this one. How would your life be better if you were 100% totally aligned with who you were made to be? I want you to think about that, right? Because that within itself now becomes your goal. See, from the time we were young girls, we were really told to be somebody else. Be smart like her, be well behaved like her, speak up like her, quiet down, study this, don't go there, work hard, take it easy. It's literally like living in a cage. Because as young girls, I remember even my mom, she was a little harder on me than she was on my brother. She was trying to get me to be who she knew the world would accept, right? But sometimes we get all of this coming from everywhere, and it feels like we live in a cage. And I can tell you, if you're like most of my clients, you desperately want to break out. I knew I desperately wanted to break out, to be free, to let my light shine. So I'm sure that you want to let your light, your true self shine as well, to really be able to develop a healthy self-concept, to start living your quote own life and not who someone else believe you should be. So here's the thing. What if there was a simple solution, right? A way to break free, spread your wings, experience authentic joy, right? Because that's what you're thinking. You ready for this? Because now there is. God has done a great work with me, and I'm excited about it, because my journey, I realized a while ago, now that I've been doing this work for a while, that my journey wasn't just for me. I remember when God said, you're going to work with women. My assignment for you is to work with women. And at that point, I knew that I would have to go through some of the hardships, the hurt and the pain that other women went through in order to be successful at working with women. Because when you're going through stuff, you don't want anyone coming to you with theory only. You want them to show up with some practical application of how they went through something, how they dealt with it, and how they got to the other side. Because guess what? Now they can help you. So I am excited to introduce to you becoming your beautiful authentic self, right? Becoming your beautiful authentic self. It is literally a step-by-step signature coaching program for letting go of what others think and living as the real you. So you may say, what is it? This powerful signature program, which I'm really proud about, I personally guide you through 6 modules, which consists of 49 lessons. Yeah, I said it, 49 lessons. 49, you can say it with me, 49 lessons, all right? Leading you on an exciting journey to true liberating authenticity, right? The reality is I want to be true. I think about this when I read in the Bible. At age 12, Jesus knew who he was supposed to be, right? Because when his parents got separated from him and they found him in the synagogue, he said, I'm about my Father's business. So at age 12, he already knew what he was called to be. And when Jesus came to the earth, he was man. He acted as man, not God, right? But think about it. Sometimes we be in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, our 60s, our 70s, and still clueless as to the purpose that we're here. So this becoming your beautiful, authentic self is really a journey of reflection, clarification, courage, self-acceptance, and love, right? A journey to the true you. And so in this life-changing program, here's what you will discover. How to shed the harmful expectations of others. If any of this is you, type hashtag own my brilliance. Own my brilliance. How to discover who you truly are. Hashtag own my brilliance, and not who others want you to be. How to unlock your true passions. Hashtag own my brilliance. How to build that unshakable self-esteem. We started, but how to get it to a point where it's unshakable. Hashtag own my brilliance, that nobody can tear down. Not just get that self-esteem, but you get it to a point where nobody can tear it down. How to let go of mistakes. Do you know how many people right now are dealing with mistakes that they made of past? Not that the mistake is doing anything to them, but is living here in their head and they can't let go. So how to let go of mistakes and learn how to accept yourself, how to embrace your individuality, how to love yourself with all of your strengths and weaknesses, because we have them, right? How to find your life purpose. This is so sweet. And stop wandering from thing to thing to thing to thing. You know, because I know my life purpose, I stay focused on one thing. See, you don't see me dipping and dabbling and trying to do this network marketing. Even though network marketing is great, I used to do it before. You don't see me dipping over here and dipping over there and dipping over here and dipping back there, because I know my purpose. So I spend all my energy in my purpose, right? Because when you spend your energy in the assignment that God has for you, then your life is rewarding. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense? I see all the hashtags on my brilliance. I see you, right? And so that's where we're at. How to find your life purpose and stop wandering from thing to thing to thing. How to show the world, not just your family, but the world, the real you, without fear of what others think. You know, how to shape and create the joyful life you've always wanted, simply by living authentically. That's why the group is called Living Authentically, Unapologetically. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because there's so much more I want to pour into you. And this powerful journey literally could change your life, because it changed my life. And so I want you to think about this, ponder. In 20 years, you might look back at today. What's today? December 7th, 2019, as the first day your true self blossomed, right? You know, when you were set free, when you stopped being what others wanted and became the person you were destined to be. This is your moment. I remember my moment. This is your moment. Your fork in the road, right? Your door to freedom. The key to the cage has been given to you, and you can either open the cage or throw away the key. It is your choice, right? It is your choice. And so, will you become your authentic self, or just continue to live as you've been living? That ain't working. It wasn't working for me. You could try to learn this on your own, right? But it would require hours upon hours of reading and research. You know, Google is good, but it will require you to pull from here, pull from there, pull from here, pull from here. The problem is you're dealing with a whole lot of different philosophies. So you have to do a whole bunch of reading and a whole bunch of research before even taking one action step to get better. Wasted time. And here's the thing, you wouldn't even have the guidance of a true expert. I gotta tell you, I'm a true expert. They say, look, when anybody devout 10,000 hours of study to any particular subject or topic, they are a subject matter expert. And so The great thing is you have a subject matter expert, a trusted expert to guide you through the process. And plus, at the end of the day, by yourself, you wouldn't really know if you were making progress, because after all, it's really hard to honestly evaluate ourselves, right? Or you could do the opposite. You could be taken by the hand, guided on this life-changing journey. So let me share with you real quickly, and then I do have to go, the breakdown of the 6 modules. So module 1, and somebody can type this. Module 1 is called Knowing and Understanding Yourself. Knowing and understanding yourself. This is where I teach you and you learn how to gain a true understanding of who you really are. You're going to unveil your personal identity. You're going to discover your deeply cherished values. We've been caretakers so long that sometimes we forget what we really want. But we're erasing all of that, right? And then you're going to learn how to tap into your deepest passion, finding out who you want to be, and then charting the way forward. The song say, I'm not going back, I'm moving ahead and declaring my past is over. So it's about moving forward. Here's module 2. Somebody type this. Giving your self-concept a makeover. Giving your self-concept a makeover. So once you understand yourself, you'll give your self-concept a full makeover. You're going to discover the power of re-evaluating your past. Look, you can't change the past, but you can learn from it. And most times the past story is what keep you stuck, because Satan don't want you to move forward. He want to keep you stuck in the past, because if you're stuck in the past, you're not looking at your future. Think about your car. Do you realize that in your vehicle, your windshield wiper is large, or not your windshield wiper, your windshield is larger than the rear view mirror. So every now and then you take a look in the past as a learning opportunity, but your biggest effort should be focused on your future. But the way you can better do that is if you reevaluate the past, give it a different story that you tell yourself, right? You're going to also learn building and maintaining, like I said, unshakable self-esteem, and then proactively increasing your self-worth. So if it's on a 10, let's take it to a 20. If it's on a 20, let's take it to a 50. If it's on a 50, let's take it to 1,000, right? And then you're going to determine who you really want to be. Right now, who do you really want to be? So that's module 2. Module 3, learning to accept yourself for who you are. Can someone type that in as well? Learning to accept yourself for who you are. Listen, ladies, it's a beautiful thing to accept yourself without judgment. So look, y'all continue to stick with me, because I told you I got a surprise for you. It's a beautiful thing to accept yourself without judgment. So in this section, you're going to learn what it means to find true self-acceptance. You're going to come to terms with who you really are, let go of past mistakes, and learn to forgive. Say it with me. Forgive yourself. The Lord done already forgiven you. Why won't you forgive yourself? So we're going to eliminate your negative self-image. Your negative self-image. So you can create a beautiful new soundtrack for your life. And so module 4, learning to love yourself. Can you type that in? Module 4, learning to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, you can begin to love others. You will finally learn how to embrace your individuality, and that's sweet. And stop desperately seeking the approval of others. It's not what they think. We learned that this week. It's what you think. And so you're going to also learn how to avoid, listen to this, how to avoid the fatal flaw of comparing yourself to other people. If there's nothing that hurts you or anything that hurts you most, it's that. Comparing yourself to other people. We got to let that go. And then finally, you're going to learn how to love your body and your emotional, intellectual, and spiritual self. You see that? Your emotional, intellectual, and spiritual self. And then module 5, determine your purpose. Now you're ready to do this. It's like, what God want me to do? Lord, here I am, send me. So in module 5 is going to be determining your purpose, your life purpose. And through a series of revealing Because this gotta be revealed to you. You know, the word of the Lord says, I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you, not plans to harm you, plans to give you a hope in a future. Well, God knows the plan, but you need them to be revealed to you. Does that make sense? So through a series of revealing self-questions, you're going to tap into the power of writing and meditation. Yes, because you need to hear from God, right? So this is going to help you find out what you should focus on for your life purpose. You'll learn how to make your purpose an integral part of your life. What I do is integral to my life. Last night I was talking to my husband, and you know what he said? He said, you need to write a book. So do you see my life journey? Because I live it. This is who I am. It brings my husband into the fold, and now he is pouring into me and stretching me to become better, because my purpose is an integral part of my life. And you know what? You're going to discover the amazing benefits of finding your life purpose. And then finally, module 6. Take a guess. What do you think module 6 is called? Just take a guess. What do you think module 6 is called? What do you think? I want to know. What do you think? What do you think module 6 is called? I want to see. What do you think module 6 is called? I know you're like, I don't know, LaShonda. Dun, 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 dun. It's called Living Authentically. All right. That's the last module. Module 6, Living Authentically. Duh, right? Duh, not to you, duh, but to me, why would I name it anything else? Right? Why would I name it anything else? Because that's what I'm all about, living authentically. And so in this final module, you're going to learn how to leverage everything you learn. Everything you learn is going to help you live authentically, right? So you can finally be everything, all things that God has called you to be. So you can do more, have more, live greater, go higher, and become more. You will literally dare to be yourself, reveal your true personality, and find the courage to express your feelings. You'll be able to present yourself more honestly because you're not wearing that mask. You'll be able to unlock the power of the inner voice, because sometimes the inner voice holds you back, but it can also be the most powerful force inside of you, because that inner voice is really the God within you. It's time to unlock the God that's within you and develop the courage to create originality. To create originality, right? You want to be so unique. And you're supposed to be, because there is no one on earth that even looks like you. And even if you have a twin, there's still some differences, right? And to top it all off, this is what I love. You will create a compelling vision of your future. And the vision will be in writing. Write the vision, make it plain. Do you see how all this ties together? You can frame it on top of that, right? And so you're going to be guided through this. I don't want you to do it on your own. I want to guide you through this entire program. Just in case we get a bump in the road, I know how to get you over the hump so that we can continue to move forward, right? So you're getting me plus the entire system. I've also put in some additional resources, some reflections, some affirmations, and don't laugh when I say this. I even built in some quizzes. The quizzes is to help you go over each module, you know, to really be able to see, did I really get it, right? So whether you need me over the phone, whether you need me via email, you have priority, right? And then finally, you're going to gain a thorough understanding of who you truly are. And that, to me, is priceless. So look, it's time to create the authentic life you were always meant to live. You'll become a more authentic friend, child, parent, co-worker. And finally, you'll stop beating yourself up over past mistakes. Isn't it time to embrace the life you deserve? Hashtag me. to become the authentic you, hashtag me. The choice is yours. So remember, it's 6 modules, additional resources that you can easily implement into your life, quizzes to help you retain the points we discussed, and priority through being able to connect directly with me. And you might be saying, but will this actually work? I can tell you this because I had to go through it myself. If you go through the training and you complete the exercises, then yes, it's absolutely going to work for you. In fact, I'm willing to guarantee it. And like I said, at the end, I got something special for you. I can guarantee it. So the reality is your authentic life is waiting for you. You can finally be free to be who you were made to be. And honestly, I want you to live that authentic life. Now, of course, there is an investment required. However, I want to offer you a complimentary coaching session. All you got to do is book it. I want to offer you a complimentary coaching session. It's my way of giving back to you since you ladies took the challenge and now you are a part of this group. So look, book a complimentary coaching session and let's get started. Now, I got to tell you this. I only have 8 slots left, and I'm making them available to those who participated in the challenge and those who are a part of the group first before I open it up to the general public. All right? I'm making it available to you because I want to work with you first because we already have some history. So I want to give it to you first before I make it available to the public. If after you go through and you book your complimentary coaching sessions, all 8 are gone, I'm not opening it up to the public, point blank, period. I'm just not. But if not, if there's still a few left, then I'll open it up to the public. And so look, do y'all have any questions? What I am going to do is type in so that you can book your complimentary coaching session with me. It is 30 minutes, and so I look forward to seeing how we can do this thing. But let me go ahead and type it in so that you have the link. I'm like, what is it again? Hold on. I think this is it. I'm coming from the top of my head, ladies. Let's see, I just typed it in. I think, yeah, that's it. Okay, so I was right. I remembered it from the top of my head. So look, are there any questions? Because I want to see if there are any questions. Man, I look forward to an opportunity to continue to move forward further with you. So just think, 6 modules, we go through this process. We should be able to get through them in a nice time frame. And I'll talk more to you about that personally. But look at where you're going to be in the first quarter of 2020. Bigger, better, bolder. All right. If there are no questions, then I'm going to go ahead and close out. But I do thank you for joining me this morning on a Saturday, right? So like I was saying, I got a 9:15 appointment, a coaching appointment. I have a 10 o'clock a coaching appointment. And then at noon, I got appointments outside of the house. Any questions? Okay, so Annette, I see what you said. So Kim said, hey, I'm ready. Kim, let's get together today. Hold on, Kim, let's get together. Let me say this. Okay, so I got that. Annette, let me get back. Let me find where you were. Annette, do me a favor. I just put this link in here. Okay, I'm getting ready to put it in with you. Click this and so that we can confirm. This is what I'm talking about, confirming to connect so that we can make sure this is a good fit for you. I love to just speak with you first on a personal basis. You know, right here is just you hearing me, but I want to hear you. So Annette, let's go ahead and connect today. All right. And what I'll do, I'll inbox you. You inbox me your number, Annette, and then I can inbox, or I can inbox you. Kim, I have your number. Let's go ahead and connect today. Any other questions? Okay, good stuff. I already know that. Let's still connect today, Kim, if you can. All right. Anyone else? I'm looking. I don't want to end before. Okay. 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 Good stuff. So look, here's the deal. If you have any additional questions, let's go ahead and inbox me. Inbox me. You all got my email address, so you can connect with me. But Kim and Annette, let's connect today. All right. So listen, God bless you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. And so I'm going to take this recording because there's some of the ladies who were on a social media fast this month, but they were doing the challenge. They already let me know, hey, Kimberly, listen, go back and listen to this beginning, okay? Some of the ladies, they were fasting from social media to this month, but they took the challenge. And so I'm going to take this recording and send it out in an email so those ladies can also be able to take advantage, because like I said, I'm only making it available first to those of you who are in the group, those of you who have taken the challenge, and then if there's anything left, then I will make it public, because my loyalty is to you. And yes, Marquita, yes, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited. So listen, ladies, if you joined us in the middle, go back and listen to the beginning. I'm definitely looking forward to an opportunity to continue to help you press and push forward. You did a great thing this week. You stretched. So you already know that the best is yet to come. So go ahead, become your beautiful, authentic self. No more chains, no more cages, no more what other people think. It's all about you and God. Point blank, period. It's all about you and God. So let's get it. All right. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you. Hey, Debbie, I see your hearts. Listen, thank you all for the hearts. Look, there are 117 comments. 117 comments on this video. Thank you. I love you for your hearts and your thumbs up and your likes and all of that. Thank you so much. And I also thank you for your time. God bless. I love you. Bye-bye.